Hello, what's up? This is going to be my review of the HP Dv6t laptop, and this is the 7000 series. I'm going to start right out with the design. It has a brushed aluminum lid. It's very nice and sturdy, however, it's heavier than what you'll find on cheaper laptops like the black plastic lids. And right here is also brushed aluminum, and it doesn't have as many fingerprints as black plastic, but it still has fingerprints, and it's pretty heavy at 5.8 pounds. And speaking of fingerprints, the fingerprint reader, which is the default login method of this laptop, and it's a really nice feature to have on the laptop. It's not something that many laptops offer, because when you buy a laptop, it's not really something you look for, but for this laptop, it is probably one of the main selling points, I would say, because you just slide your finger across there and it logs in. Very slick. I really enjoyed it. It's something that I didn't think I'd like as much on this laptop, but it is there. And one of the cons to it is you need to be connected to the internet for the computer to enter the database and verify your fingerprint. So that's one thing, and I've tried sliding across fingers that aren't verified on the database, and it doesn't work for any fingerprint other than the one that you put on it. And with the fingerprint reader, you can put any one of your fingers on there and then put it onto for a web page. And when you swipe it across, I did it wrong there, you have to make sure you get your whole finger across, but when you swipe it across, it will load up any web page that you set it to, such as YouTube, Amazon, Yahoo, eBay, stuff like that. And I set that finger to YouTube, and it logs me in and brings me to the web page, so I don't have to click it all. It's a really nice feature. And also on this laptop, another feature that HP is really big onto advertising is their Beats audio. And the Beats audio is loud enough to fill a room, but it's not really anything special like you would get with individual speakers that you would buy for your own sound system. But nevertheless, they're laptop speakers, and they're above average for laptop speakers. And one thing that you can do is you can go on the Beats audio control panel like I did, go to listening experience, and then you can switch it between music, 3D content for like games and stuff, and then movies for like videos where people are talking, like this one. And it's definitely a really nice feature to have. And going on to the keypad, the touchpad and keyboard, like I said before, there isn't much flex in the keyboard, as it's made out of nice aluminum. It's very sturdy, however it's heavy. And the touchpad rather, is really nice. It has two separate buttons, the left click and the right click. And then it has this. And if I go back onto YouTube, so you can see right here I'm on a web page, you can do the two fingers to zoom up and down, you can do the pinch to zoom, you can do all that stuff. It's really nice to have on a laptop. And okay, now this part is all about the ports. Now this is the vent, the display port, HDMI, an Ethernet, two USB 3.0s, a microphone jack, and a headphone jack. Now on the front here, there is an SD card, and there's like a little lip right here that makes it easy to pull up. I really like that feature. And it has a Blu-ray player, which is really nice. I haven't tried any Blu-rays on here, but the screen is really nice on this computer too, so I'm sure that it's really nice to play Blu-rays on here. Then they have another USB 3.0, a 2.0, a power slot, and a security lock system. Now, when you open up this laptop and you look on the back, there is a glowing HP logo. Now, it isn't a fancy laptop, it's very simple and elegant, I think. And that's one of the things I like about this laptop. Now, when you look at the bottom, HP really likes you to mess around with their computers and add what you like. They like to be able to customize it, and that's why they only have one screw right there, and then they have all the different things that you could upgrade, like the graphics card, the hard drive, the memory. It's all right in here, just one screw away, and I think that's a really nice feature to have. And one thing I would like to add is I bought the 9-cell battery, which sticks out, and the 6-cell goes right in there, so that's why it looks kind of different there. And I'm sure this is the part that everybody's looking forward to, the performance section of this review. Now, I customized my laptop, so I gave it an upgraded video card, or graphics card rather, and a processor, an upgraded processor. So I'll show you right now the system properties. So I have 8 gigabytes of RAM, an i7-3610QM processor that's clocked at 2.3 gigahertz. It's a 4-core processor with 4 virtual cores, and the Windows experience is 5.9 based, and that's on the lowest score, which is the hard drive, and everything else is above 7. And I'm thinking about upgrading the hard drive to an SSD, which will greatly increase the performance, like the boot time, which is around like a minute to 45 seconds on this laptop, which isn't bad, but with an SSD you could definitely be pushing times around maybe like 15 to 20 seconds on this laptop. And I'm sure all of you are wondering, what type of frames per second do you get on games such as like Battlefield 3? And although I don't have that game, I do have Minecraft, and some of the scores I was able to pull from the integrated graphics card on here was around 45 frames per second, which is very great for this PC, and I'm going to show you right now how smooth that is. And also this comes paired with Nvidia graphics, which is the GT650M with 1 gigabyte of dedicated graphics memory. And when I used that, I got around 60 frames per second, and I maxed around like 75. So I guess if 45 to 50 frames per second is not fast enough for you, that's what you'll want to use. But my experience from using it is the performance, I don't really notice too much of a difference, and the graphics card is really hot when you use it. And the battery life is drained about twice as quick with that. Like when I'm playing Minecraft, I only get a couple hours of battery life with the Nvidia graphics, and I get around like 3 to 4 hours with the integrated graphics. So this is the integrated graphics right here I've been playing around with, and as you can see, there's no problems. I have the highest graphical settings and with normal render distance, and it performs just fine. Now, if you're going to play other games such as Battlefield 3, you may need to tone down the graphics settings a little bit to achieve higher frames per second, but if you're playing those games, you probably want to use the Nvidia graphics card, and you'd be pulling solid frames per second around like 40 or 50 with that game on low graphics settings. So as you can see, this laptop is a gaming beast. I've seen other videos of people playing games like Assassin's Creed on it, and they haven't had any problems with it, and that's one reason why I got this laptop, so I wouldn't have to be limited by my game choice, because you can run anything on here and you'll be fine. And like I just touched on, the battery life with the Nvidia graphics card is about halved, and the heat produced from the Nvidia graphics card is pretty extreme. As you can see from the vents, in the back and on the side. A lot of heat pours out of that, and the bottom gets kind of hot when you game with the Nvidia graphics card on, but you know, if you have like a cooling pad for your laptop, it's not really that big of a deal. Plus you can run most programs with the integrated graphics and you'll be just fine. And as you can see right here, I got the 9-cell battery, and I get about 6 hours of battery life when I'm like surfing the web or I'm on YouTube and stuff. I can easily get like 7 or 8 hours doing less intense task. But with the 6-cell, you can only get like 4 to 5 hours on that. And I would definitely recommend getting the 9-cell or getting both like I did. And the 9-cell will definitely help with gaming when you're on the go, because it'll last around like 3 or 4 hours is what I've gotten while playing Minecraft. And that concludes my review of the laptop. I give it a 4 out of 5. It runs a little hot when you're gaming and using the Nvidia graphics card. The battery life is kind of low on it, and that's really the only cons to this. It's a great laptop, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody. It has a lot of nifty features, like the backlit keyboard that I didn't go over, and you can turn the keypad or the touchpad off. And it's overall probably one of the best entertainment PCs out there. Probably not the best gaming PC, but it'll get the job done, which is all you really need. Thanks for watching. Bye.